Hi, I'm Debbie and I'm going to show you how to co-wash your hair. I've mentioned co-washing to a lot of people and they usually say, well, what's that? And they don't know what it is at all. Someone said to me the other day, does it mean you wash with other people? Which I thought sounded like it could be quite fun, but actually no, you do it on your own. Now, co-washing is short for conditioner washing. And it's a method of washing your hair that gets it really clean, but you don't use any shampoo. Now, I'm in the UK, and I use this, which is Superdrug extracts. It's usually £1.99, but it's often reduced 2 for 1, so you can get it for between 99p and £1.99. It's it's not very rich, it's not too rich, and you want a conditioner that isn't too rich to do co-washing. This is raspberry and macadamia nut, but it comes in about 5 different flavours. There's a mango one which is gorgeous. They all smell lovely actually, quite natural smells, because I don't like artificial smells. The only one I wouldn't recommend is the coconut one, because coconut doesn't agree with everyone's hair. Now, in order to co-wash, you don't just put conditioner on your hair and rinse it off like you do when you're conditioning your hair. It's quite different to that. And it does take a little bit longer than shampooing your hair. And I usually condition after I've done my co-wash. So what you have to do to co-wash is you have to put this light conditioner all over your scalp. And it takes a while to do it, because normally with a shampoo you just splatter it all on and it lathers up and you don't have to bother to do each tiny little bit. But you do to do a really good co-wash. So, and as you're applying it to each bit of your scalp, you also want to rub it right in. The basic idea of this is, in the old days, probably before a lot of you were born, people used to take their makeup off with cold cream. And there are still plenty of makeup removers these days which are basically that idea. They are basically a cream makeup remover. You put the cream onto your face and it dissolves and lifts off the makeup in the same way as water. Water is a solvent for many things. Cream is a solvent for many things too, including greasy things, which water on its own doesn't tend to lift so well. So you're basically using this light conditioner as a solvent. You're also rubbing it into your scalp. By rubbing it into your scalp, you are dislodging dead skin cells, and I think it's called sebum, the sort of greasy stuff that comes out of your scalp, but I could be wrong about that. You're dislodging all the oils and dead skin cells that linger on your scalp. And yes, like I said, it does take longer to do than a shampoo. It also takes a bit longer when you're trying to speak to camera at the same time, especially when you've never done it before, because I've never done it before. Speaking to camera, that is, not the co-washing. I've done the co-washing many, many times. The benefits of co-washing over shampooing are that it's much kinder to your hair, and it doesn't strip the oils. It gets rid of the excess oils and the sort of gunk, and it makes it really, really clean, but it doesn't strip it. And because it doesn't strip it harshly like most shampoo does, even the gentlest of shampoos that are sort of free from sulfates and things like that, it doesn't strip it, and so your scalp doesn't produce so much oil, and therefore you don't need to wash your hair as often. So if I use shampoo, I usually wash it every 2 or 3 days. If I co-wash, I can often go a couple of days longer than that. Another benefit of co-washing is for people who colour their hair. I use semi-permanent colour on my hair. I use Arctic Fox. It doesn't strip colour either. Obviously some colour comes out because you're wetting it, of course, but it doesn't strip it as fast as shampoo will. So you can use warm water to co-wash because it doesn't strip as harshly. So I'm sitting in a nice warm bath. It's a pleasant temperature. I don't have to wash in cold water because I've got colour in my hair and I don't want it to come out. Anyway, so you get the general idea. So you rub it in really well. I haven't done quite all of it because I don't like videos that go on forever. So I want to keep this reasonably concise. I'll finish the rest when my husband has finished videoing me. So I'll just show you what the next step is, and I'll just do it on the bit that I have put the conditioner on. So I've basically done this area. I need to still add the conditioner to all of this area, but I will do that later. So what you then do is you dunk under the water, and once you're under the water, you again rub really hard under the water. You really hard on these areas. I mean, when I say really hard, I don't mean hard enough to hurt yourself, obviously, but you just give it a good thorough scrub. And then when you've finished scrubbing the whole of your head, you just rinse it all off. And then you can put a little bit of conditioner of your choice sort of on the, well, on most of it, but you don't go near your scalp. So basically the difference is that with the co-wash, you focus on your scalp. With the conditioning, you focus on the bits further away from your scalp. So the ends, of course, and the lengths. So co-washing is a really good idea because it's healthier for your hair. It doesn't strip colour. It's very, very good if you've got curly or wavy hair, because curly and wavy hair behaves better when it's not too dehydrated. You get the best out of curly hair when it's nice and moisturised. So I'd really recommend it. It's easy to do. It's cheap to do. If you live in another country from the UK and you can't get Superdrug extracts, there are plenty of other plenty of other conditioners that are perfectly suitable. You can really use any conditioner, but I would recommend that you use ones which are free from the usual nasties, and that you also use one that isn't too rich. The only downside of it that I can see is that it takes a bit longer than shampooing your hair. So that's my explanation of co-washing. I hope you've enjoyed it. Bye.